All right, we're live and ready to go. It's me and BoIt. Round of 16, Bill Gregg open. Matreiuss, I think I have it spelled wrong on my screen, versus Dodd Fox. We've got Matreiuss, the Poseidon lover, versus Dodd Fox, the Egyptian lover. And kind of a nice variety. Actually, a lot of water maps, so maybe not so nice of a variety if you don't like water maps. It's going to be what? Midgard, Arctic craters, Savannah, Anatolia, and then Mediterranean to finish it off. And of course, since I mentioned I have BoIt, we've got BoIt here in the background, kind of rumbling to himself.
I'm right here. Let me speak. I want to say what's wrong with a water map. That's probably the most fun maps you can have in the map pool.
It is. People don't like them, but it's actually something that's kind of been like in the Age of series, even in Age of Empires 2, the majority of people didn't like water maps in AoE 2, and then you got AOM, people don't like water maps. Age of Empires 3, I remember people didn't like water maps in that either. I got people, I'm looking at, man, you got some strange people on your Twitch chat. you don't want to be locked in a room with me.
There's definitely some handcuffs. I mean, if you're into that, maybe you do want to be locked into a room with Chrono. Just saying.
And I got a new haircut. I got a new haircut for this. But yeah, BoIt's ready to go. He's been waiting for me, so I think we'll just get into this. Remember to give me your timestamps every so often.
I'll try I think we should be a little bit better in these games because I'm streaming and it's not going to race ahead, but
yeah, we'll find out.
We'll help you out there.
We'll find out. But yeah, these players, whoever wins, gets to kind of that promised land, the round of 8, which begins the double elim and guarantees prize. So this is a big match with some good players. So I think I'll just get my game loaded up, and I think you've probably been waiting for me for the last 10 minutes, and
being at 0-0-0.
Oh, you're already at 0-0-0? Okay. Let me get this at 0-0-0-2, and let me fix my chat overlay here. It's a little bit adventurous at this point. Oh, now it's even more adventurous. Dang it. It's not a Chrono JJ stream without technical difficulties, because that's what happens around here. All right, we're ready to go. You ready for the big countdown? Let me get it to the observer here. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
What is going on, everyone? My name is BoIt, and I am joined with the fabulous Chrono JJ for another game of Age of Mythology, the Titans. That one was for you, Swift. Boy, I can't even say your name, Sweetloft. Spawning on the right side of the map in the blue color, playing his Rise from the DoD clan. His name is a Fox. His opponent today in the red color from the UCA clan. His name's Matreiuss. The map is Midgard. This is the round of 16. And what makes this round so special, Chrono?
Man, well, what makes this round special is that whoever wins this round is guaranteed prize money. They make it in the final 8, and they also make it into the double elimination stage, which we've got only for the last 8 players. So after this, you can actually lose one match and still be able to win, but not yet. One of these people won't make it, and both of them are really good.
That's very, very true, to say at the very least. And as we're saying, you're in the money, and what we all want as Age Mythology players is a really big payout for our immaculate skill.
Right. Yes, indeed. And about the game, so I kind of build this as the Poseidon versus Egyptian showdown, and Matreiuss is disappointing me, in a way, by going Egyptian. I don't think I've ever seen him play Egyptian, and he's set.
This is bizarre, because I actually think that this map, Midgard, is slightly Greek favored in this matchup, and I mean, maybe not Poseidon versus Egyptian, maybe that's even, but like a Zeus versus Egyptian here, I think that favors the Zeus player slightly. So I'm a bit surprised to see he wouldn't go with the comfort pick, but obviously set OP, and Matreiuss thinks he can get the win here with going an off guard. So
Yeah. He probably was afraid of Fox going Isis and didn't feel comfortable going Poseidon into Isis on this, but I wouldn't mind being Poseidon into Ra here, but of course it's blind pick, so they don't really know
yeah.
what the opponent's gonna pick. So I would think he was probably anticipating an Isis and thought that Poseidon v Isis on this was not a good chance. So he went off God and then Fox went Ra.
Yes, and we're seeing from Fox a standard opener. The standard opener for Egyptian here is 4 food, 4 wood, 4 gold, and then you pump wood until you get a ridiculous amount of fishing ships. And it looks like something a little bit different from Matreiuss, where it's got 5 on wood. It's just a slight modification, gets you a couple of fishing ships out of it early, but doesn't really change anything in the end of the game. Maybe your advance time will be slightly slower. But he should be totally fine because he gets those free hunting things with the walrus and all the other good stuff.
Yeah, kind of. So he used Vision Matrix at the beginning and found those 2 packs of extra fish on the top. Kind of confused. I would have thought his second dock would go up there because that's actually pretty nice fish, and instead he just built it on 1 pack on the bottom. But
yeah, I like using Vision on my closest corner in this map, but I assume he wanted to find the walrus, which
yeah, I think he did. That might have been it.
he was looking for. And he also does see those fish up there, and with a second dock, which he should be throwing up at some point, he's already thrown up the second dock. When he throws up the third dock, he'll be able to chuck it up on that top side and in a nice position. Oh, there's so much fish for Matreiuss here.
Yeah, that is
disgusting.
Yeah, and also I took a quick peek at the relics. Actually, some nice relics. The Girdle of Polita for Chariot Archers, and then Cheaper Siege on the bottom. Both of them are helpful Egyptian relics.
Yes. I'm currently at the 4 minute and 5 second mark, and we are seeing temples going up for Fox and for Matreiuss here.
It's so weird seeing him as not Poseidon. I keep getting confused as to who is who.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we expected, though, right? We expected to see these top players going the gods that they feel are the strongest, because you want to win in these tournaments. It's not like a rated game where you don't really get anything apart from glory if you win. You win these tournament games.
Fox is really going crazy on gold. I just wanted to put that out there. That's
whoa, 16 villagers on gold going through tar.
I'm guessing
players are actually doing something similar.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're gonna be just grabbing. Well, Fox for sure is just gonna be grabbing town centers. It looks like. Matreiuss maybe, because he has more on wood than Fox does. Yeah, that's a ton of. That's a little bit, I would say, unusual.
I have no idea what's going on here. It's a random match, just fixed up. But I think that Fox is main immediate 3 town centers.
He might be,
and Matreiuss might come out ahead of this because he's going to go immediate 2 town centers and then build some archer ships. So he'll be able to do a little bit of economic damage and slow down this 3 town centers. If you look at Fox's economy, he actually doesn't have enough gold for that immediate 3rd town center, and Matreiuss will be chucking that one up when he gets the gold, which is coming in for him. So.
Well, Fox does have a pretty godly gold mine next to his town center he's building, so that's probably playing into a little bit. I mean, definitely that town center is awesome, and it's when you're Egyptian versus Egyptian, it is hard, like on Midgard, to get much value out of cabinet pushing, just because you can throw up docks everywhere and they kill cabinets kind of easily.
Yeah, I think sometimes we see like semi-fast heroics that can punish. So you get out like 10, you call them cabinets, I call them cabinets.
Tomato.
You get out 10 or so, and then you get the heavy upgrade for them, and then they pretty much kill everything very quickly. But definitely the more standard play here for Egyptian is immediate 2nd town center or 3rd town center as well into a heroic age.
Matreiuss is a little slow in getting per sign.
Yeah. That's something you need to get immediate, which is probably why Fox had so many more villages on gold, because he knew that he needed to spend a 150 gold on. Oh, I just hit the wrong button over here. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Go on. Give me some color.
Well, what I was thinking is that even without getting per sign, Fox is pretty much equal in fishing ships, and they have the same number of town centers. I think overall, at least so far, the build from Fox has been a little bit better. Matreiuss might age up slightly soon. Well, no, it doesn't look like he will. Yeah, Fox just a little bit better, I think, in the build. Probably because, well, he plays more Egyptian.
Yeah, I mean, we are seeing a huge naval fight at the top of the map at this point. It looks like they're both pumping out the cabinets, and have to get out of there from Matreiuss. But at this point, you really don't want to overcommit to the water, because being on 2 town centers, give it like 4 or 5 minutes, and those fishing ships, they stop being the most useful. Nice micro from Matreiuss here, pulling Fox into him, but there's just too many cabinets here. Actually, it's even at the moment, so maybe
8 to 8. It's actually a little bit more of a water fight than I was kind of thinking there would be. Usually you only see just a little bit of fighting, and it's kind of a quick, semi-quick heroic from Egyptians.
Yeah, whenever I play these maps on Titans, it's like build at most eight archer ships, and then just go heroic age, and you sit under your docks, and your opponent's too scared to really attack you under there, because the extra fire you get from the docks basically gives you like plus 2 ships to whatever you think you have, and they obviously don't die.
Yeah, and what are they looking at for eco? Fox has a ton of wood that he's kind of not doing much with. And yeah, I am surprised by all the water fights here. Generally, you can kind of hold by making not so many and age up quicker, and then kind of get to land control, which land is generally pretty important here.
Yeah, the gold mines on this map always spawn forward. Very rarely do you get a back gold mine on this map, so it does play a little bit like Anatolia a lot of the time, in that you need to control the center of the map, otherwise you just straight up lose. You know, seeing that third town center coming down now for Fox at the 9:35 mark.
Yeah, third. He's
gonna be slightly ahead of Matreiuss here.
Yeah, Matreiuss will be aging up a little bit quicker, it looks like.
Yeah, we are seeing Nephthys coming through.
Matreiuss also kind of got when it comes to the second line of eco upgrades for Egyptian, Shaft Mine is so much better than Bowsaw, and Matreiuss got Bowsaw and Fox's Shaft Mine. Because actually, when it comes, this is getting a little technical here, the Bowsaw actually doesn't work very well for Egyptian until you get to 3rd upgrade, based on how it works with animations. It actually doesn't improve much at all. It's kind of a waste of resources, that Bowsaw.
Wow. Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, most people don't.
Some weird stuff. Yeah, there's some weird stuff that goes on with the economic upgrades, because it's not exactly flat 10% boost, because
the animations screw it up.
The villagers have a max amount of resources they can carry. You get to like 14 or whatever it is, and then on that, when you get that 15th resource set of the extra 3 or whatever you would normally get. So
I'm surprised Fox is being so passive on the top, because he's got a pretty significant fish advantage.
Yeah, he's got 21 cabinets to the 16, but again, you can't fight underneath these docks, which is why you don't want to build too many of them. But we see the heavy upgrade when he comes in. Ancestors coming down now from Matreiuss. Midgard Stronghold going up as well, pushing off that gold mine. And this is that OP gold mine you were talking about, which is not going to be available. But Fox is on the top gold mine.
Yeah, he's got plenty of gold on the top, so he can really. This is kind of a useless, to some extent, a useless ancestors, because it only is good if it pushes him completely off of gold, and obviously it is not. Actually, just building that Migdal would have done the same thing as the ancestors here.
Yeah. I mean, there was a slight fight at the top there with those cabinets running in, and Matreiuss just defends it nicely. He's also got his Leviathan out as well, so he has a little bit of an advantage on the water at this point. Walls coming up for Matreiuss nice and early, but Fox is dealing with that with the Wadget. There's a lot of economic disruption that's happening with this Ancestors, though. So like you were saying, it's not like it did too much with the gold mine, but it's actually doing quite a bit of damage to these Fox villagers, because he's not garrisoning them for some reason.
No,
for deaths.
Just letting them. Yeah, it's a little bit laissez-faire, as the French would say, just doing whatever. And we do have Matreiuss is kind of actually with the Leviathan on the top is pushing on the top, and actually is pushing on the bottom as well on the water. But
you see how much this Leviathan tanks. Like these cabinets would have picked off like 2 or 3 of the red cabinets here, whereas the Leviathan just takes like 400 points of damage there, and Matreiuss gets to push through as Fox hits the heroic gauge through Hathor.
And Matreiuss does have that heavy upgrade for the boat, like you were talking and Zoopy pointed out. It's a lot of resources to be putting into the water fight.
Huh. If you have like an amount of cabinets, it's like 200 wood, 200 gold. It's worth like 2 more cabinets. So when you've been booming for this much, you've got resources. Matreiuss is sitting at Mythic Age for resource count. You see the Locusts coming down. You pick up a bunch of villagers. Well, not actually that many. Only getting 3 and 4 with that Stusjos. There is a priest to help out, you know.
Suchos will finish off a few more. With the way the nerf has worked with Locust, you kind of need a little bit of path blocking to make Locust as good as it used to be on Villies. You can't now, you just can't fly through with your rock and kill things. You kind of need a little bit of additional units here. And one thing I would point out is, so Matreiuss is like really heavily building up on this bottom gold mine, which it looks great. But again, he's not doing a gold starve, so unless these builds on the bottom result in the killed town center, it's in a way kind of a waste of resources for Matreiuss, and to some extent.
If he controls the water at this top location, though, with these cabinets, he does gold starve the top gold mine. So there's only 1,000 gold left in this large gold mine that Fox has. So he's actually going to have to probably move towards those buildings down the bottom if he can't maintain control of this this top water here, which is going to be a difficult task for him, I think. But he does have random Migdal stronghold up in the middle here, so he can actually push forward and take a gold mine that Matreiuss have.
Matreiuss does have good. Matreiuss got good eco upgrades. He's got wood and gold all the way up, and Fox is behind that.
This is why Matreiuss is slightly ahead, even with the raw economy, with the extra priest empowering. Matreiuss is trying to account for that by going those early upgrades, which is really good. Are we seeing that Mythic Age incoming? Yeah, Horus is coming in for Matreiuss here, and Fox is not close to advancing at all.
It's a good push here on the bottom too, actually. The elephants, really, Fox should consider putting like a tower or 2 on the bottom just to deal with the elephants. But I think he'll hold this. Just has to be careful not to waste Villies for too long, which they're kind of being wasted now, doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, he's picking off the siege towers, but like it's so hard to kill. It's so hard to kill an Egyptian town center in the heroic age. But what Matreiuss is doing here is wasting Fox's gold, and he's happy to take these trades. And then there's going to be a tornado come in. This entire location will be pulled down, and there's going to be 4 town centers to 2 town centers.
Yeah, Fox's army is kind of in the wrong spot. He's got a lot of units on the top that aren't really doing anything. Kind of needs to come down and defend his town center. Which is...
We do see the Mythic Age coming in, 1555, tornado coming in onto this town center, and it's picking off so many of Fox's units as well as this town center. This is absolutely disgusting.
It's a good use.
There goes the town center. Matreiuss has got no units. Well, he's got some units down here, but like not as many as I'd expect.
Well, now the units come, the buildings will be useful to just shoot at the enemy units coming in at it. So.
And Matreiuss is going to start building up catapults as well, so that's going to be very easy for him to start pushing through.
Yeah, at this point. And Fox still, his eco upgrades are bad, and that's kind of the difference here, is that Matreiuss has really managed his eco a lot better than Fox.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a little bit surprised that Matreiuss is letting this gold mine be gathered when he has water control. He can just leave a cabinet over there and he can... or maybe not range it, maybe a siege ship or something over there just to harass that gold mine.
Not sure if it's quite in range. Yeah,
the siege ship would be.
Fox 2 is losing most of his water. He's got no villas being produced from either of his town centers. And he's in pretty rough shape. Matreiuss has played this well. I'm kind of surprised. I'm a little bit surprised.
And what can we say? Sets OP.
It's really the play had really nothing to do with set. It's not like you really use set's advantages to anything. I mean, Matreiuss just set up his economy so much better.
Yeah, we are seeing some nice side raids from Fox. He's preventing this gold mine from being gathered, but there's so many gold mines that Matreiuss can choose from, so he doesn't really care. All he really wants right now is to pick off this Midgard stronghold. He's getting really close to it, but there's villagers on that town center. Camry trying to pick off the catapults. Getting really close to being dead.
Yeah, as long as he just sits on this bottom now and keeps the town center down, he's fine.
Yeah, and he's got the trade route started as well, so he's going to be able to start spamming mercenary to cover his top side while he's pushing on the bottom side.
I just thought that Fox would be able to advance quicker and then just push back on the bottom, but like he never even got close to aging up.
Yeah, I think this just comes down to you just got pushed off the water, and you lose so much food income if you actually get pushed off the water. But Fox did manage to pick up a Migdol there, so it's going to slow this push down quite significantly, considering Matreiuss is building up like elephants and chariot archers and stuff from there. So not quite over just yet. Fox has got some options here.
Not too many. He has some. That Avenger was doing some work too on those chariots.
The question is, where's Matreiuss' army? He's got only 144 population in the bank right now. He's trying to build up Migdol strongholds in the middle of the map, which he has managed to do. Random pharaoh and villagers walking through in 1905 getting picked off. It's gotta hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, Matreiuss doesn't have a huge army right now. He's just kind of, I guess, restable. I mean, not that he really was putting off of his balance, but sometimes if you do that quick age up to age 4 like he did after your god power, the tornado, you kind of, you just spent 2,000 resources. It's kind of hard to maintain the push, so you kind of have that lull after your tornado gets used, and that's kind of what we see. But now it looks like Matreiuss is kind of getting things sorted again.
Yeah, we've also got the raid on this top golden hole coming up for Matreiuss. He's also got shifts to pick off all these villages if he wanted to, but it's looking grim for Fox right now. If he loses this gold mine, there's no other gold mines for him to gather. The shifting sands, it does come down on those villages. Moving in to take down this location, the watchtowers is the last prediction of it. Villagers do have a bonus against towers. So
they do. They do.
Not only a bonus against towers, also a bonus against siege as well.
Yeah.
And buildings in general, or just Migdol strongholds?
Just towers.
Just towers.
Yep.
And I think the issue here was Matreiuss is just not building military from his Migdol stronghold. He's got one back there that's not building anything, and Matreiuss is sitting at 148 pop instead of the full 160, and
he's a little bit out of gold.
That's 140 pop at the moment here.
He's out of gold for the time, but He's got a good trade route, so Fox is just too far behind. I don't think he can pull it out. I mean, eventually Ra gets the upper hand because of the better Migdal units, but I think Fox is just in too big of a hole to come back, because he's pushing on the bottom, but now he's getting pushed with some catapults on the top.
But even with those better Migdal units, like Ra doesn't get a bonus for war elephants, which is kind of well, the army you want to be building is war elephants, not cavalry, so they tank all the damage from the heavy chariot or from the chariot archers.
Yeah, but he went up with Horus, so he doesn't get any of those elephant bonuses.
That's still very strong if you even without the extra upgrade. But Matreiuss is getting pushed back here.
Yeah, he shouldn't. He really shouldn't be. He's kind of just got random units here and there, like rather than just like focusing at one spot. He's kind of got units here, there, and not doing a whole much with it.
Well, he's got the champion spearman out now, so he's transitioning into that late game Egyptian army that we've been seeing from some of the top players, where you go spearman and siege, so you can pick off the enemy siege, get those upgrades really early before you start building the spearmen, and they don't trade so badly once they've got that extra HP from the upgrades.
They don't do super well against mass chariots though, which is what Fox got. And Fox is somehow that shifting sands move with the Villies actually was better than what you'd think. It got him that gold mine and helped clear that spot out, but on the top, Matreiuss like tried to wall, but I don't know where his Villy went around those catapults, and it's not working out for him.
Oh, we got the rain coming. The rain coming in to help bolster Fox's economy. Maybe this is going to help him get to the we'll get this town center back up first, but also help him get to the mythic age, which he desperately needs.
Yeah, it's amazing that he's like fighting back like this when he's not in the mythic age.
Yeah, well, just imagine how much stronger this army is going to be when he gets Osiris, or maybe even he just go Horus as well himself, and then be able to get this next gold mine. But really, what is going on here is Fox is just fighting to stay alive with gold mines. If he doesn't get the gold mines, he loses, right? And
yeah, he needs to get one more. Well, he's got that gold mine on the bottom so far. Yeah. He just needs to, right now, he needs to start putting a few more military buildings on the bottom when he's moving his units away. We see, yeah, Fox has no business really coming back into this, but it seems like Matreiuss has kind of lost his, I guess his target, I suppose, because he's just, for a while now, he's just kind of been all over the place. Like, if he would have just picked one spot to focus on, he would have been fine.
Yeah, but I mean, he's back on this gold mine yet again.
He is.
Seconds again, and it's working for him. He's gonna be doing this when he's distracted Fox's chariot archers, which were the thing that he was struggling to get through, and now villagers are trying to take down Migdal strongholds, which is.
I'm not sure why he sent all of the chariots up there. Like, there wasn't really a whole lot going on up there other than like a few spearmen. But now Fox is pushed back off of gold, and his eco is now gone. So maybe it was just a short-lived pushback.
Yeah, Fox taps out at that stage when the army was in that spot picking off his units. He got a little bit trapped. I think those strongholds coming up. GG, Matreiuss takes the first game there with his Egyptian.
Weird. And overall, he played that pretty well. He kind of lost his way just a little bit in kind of that early mythic. But actually, I'm not sure. I mean, Fox seemed more lost on Egyptian in this game than Matreiuss did.
Yeah, it's a classic thing, right? When you get rusty, the rust sometimes doesn't appear until a little bit later stages of the game. You can see Fox knew what he was doing at the start of the game. He played the start of the game at a very high level, but as we got further through, Matreiuss just chose the right things to spend his resources on, and And he managed to just edge his way in front, and then Ancestor's push allowed him to set up in this bottom area. Even though it didn't really secure him anything, it was helped him later in the game, and just pushing off gold mines was the key here for Matreiuss.
Yeah, and there was just yes, I am looking scruffy, cold sore. Yeah, I think also just the forgetting of the eco upgrades. Like for so long, Fox was at just the hand axe and then the second line of gold, and Matreiuss had all of hand axe or all of wood and gold. And that, I mean, you look at the eco graph, and that isn't where Ra should be in comparison to a set.
Whoa. Yeah, that's. I mean, it was even up until like the 12-13 minute mark, right? And then Fox and then Matreiuss just like went crazy up.
And that was even well before the tornado and everything. So that just like that point there just kind of goes to show that Fox was just a little, just didn't quite have his eco where he needed it to be.
I think that was the point where Matreiuss pushed Fox off water. Fox kind of maybe gave up on the water a little bit too easily. Because
I don't think so, because Vil count, they were still pretty much the same, and it took a while into heroic age for Matreiuss to push Fox off of the water, and he never really fully did. I mean, there's a decent number.
See that at 15. Yeah, 15 minutes is the big downfall for Fox's.
Yeah, that's when the tornado hit, and that kind of thwacked the eco for a while, and then Fox was kind of able to claw his way somehow in, but ultimately no. But yeah, when you're on the defense, as Zoopy kind of pointed out, it's hard to play well because you're the one being pressured, and pressure is sometimes everything. You get a little pressure and it makes you make mistakes you normally wouldn't make. But I think we can maybe move on to game number 2 on, what is it, Arctic Craters?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and hide this one just in case people don't want to see the results.
Alright, I will get it paused at 0-0.
I'm going to just grab a quick drink of water. I will be back.
Okay, alright. Just what you're gonna call it, water.
Yes, water.
Arctic Craters. I like Arctic Craters. It's a fun map. We'll wait a minute for the BoItster to sidle on back to his computer chair while we look at Fox's little spawn here. Arctic Craters, I like it. It's a good map. It's fun. All the new maps are fun. Maybe some are better than others, but they're fun. So I like it. Like it a lot. Man. Fox versus Matreiuss. This is a couple heavyweights here. You ready?
Yes.
Alrighty, well, let's go. 3, 2, 1, and go!
And we are back, joined with the immaculate Chrono JJ for another game of Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra. From the DoD clan is Fox, his opponent today, in the red color, playing as Loki. UCA clan, it's Matreiuss. Arctic Craters. It's currently 1-0 for Matreiuss in this best of 5 series for the Bill Gregg Open round of 16. We've said it last game, we're going to say it this game. The winner of this series gets to go on to the round of 8, double elimination, and get some money. What's up with this map? This is a little bit different. We haven't seen many of these ones here. Talk us through it, Chrono.
Yeah, Arctic Craters, one of the 7 new maps that's in the map pool for these games. You get 1 of the 7 new maps is in each best of 5, and this is the new one for this series. Arctic Craters. You start in a little crater. at the bottom of at the bottom, and then every town center spawns in a little crater. You get 2 starting gold mines, which tend to be pretty far forward as far as starting gold mines. Well, not really forward, but kind of far away from your town center. And then the wood cannot spawn in your crater, so it can be a bit of an aggressive map. You also get the attacker's advantage because of the hill elevation bonus, which does exist in Age of Mythology, but normally is never seen because the hills aren't high enough on all the standard maps. But these hills, you stand at the top with a ranged unit, you'll get a bonus against a unit on the bottom of the hill.
It's very, very exciting. I've seen a couple of games on this map so far, and in my mind, the best gods here have got to be the Norse gods who have access to forest fire. So if you cast forest fire on one of these back trees here, it makes life very easy to wood starve. And most civilizations need wood, but Egyptian can get away without a lot of it. So maybe that's why we're seeing the Loki hit from Matreiuss.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I was going into the series thinking that we'll see Poseidon versus Egyptian over and over and over again, and after 2 games, we haven't seen it. It's Loki, and just like I said the first game, I'd never really seen Matreiuss play Egyptian. I don't know if I've ever really seen him play Loki.
He was a Loki main.
Was
this
he?
Is what I've been told. Before the Poseidon, he was a Loki main. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, this is the history lesson for Chrono JJ, and he's been around forever, but he doesn't remember it.
No, I
What
sure
happens
don't.
in old age. Yes, shall we look at the relics? Why not? Got some Guy's Book of Knowledge. Hard as Folly.
Ugh.
There's some good ones so far. Grugnir, Odin's Spear. Oh, I like that one for Egyptian.
Have to get spears.
A little bit of a buff. Nose of the Sphinx is a huge relic for both players, but often underutilized and under-respected. Harmonia's Necklace is here. That one will be really nice. Already got Fox with the Blue Crystal Shard, one of the most useless relics in the game now, we've decided, even though there's a couple of bonuses here and there.
Yeah, modern sabermetrics has determined this relic is almost useless because of the way it works with animations. It basically does a 0% increase. Modern day kids and their technical abilities to solve these problems.
There's some situations where it becomes more like a 20% increase. Very few, but I'm pretty sure it works like that if you have pickaxe with Egyptian, the crazy boost.
Are you sure about that? Well, we'll have to. I don't know.
There is. I can't remember exactly which one it is, but there is a situation where the effective boost is close to 20%, and getting the second tier of upgrades or the third tier of upgrades, one of the two, I'm not sure which one it is, only gives like an extra 3% or something ridiculously small.
But yeah, we're thinking at the so what is Fox? Fox is Ra again.
Yeah,
which I find a little unusual. Normally he plays Isis, and with the way this map is configured, I'd think Isis would maybe be better than Ra, but it's hard to say with as few games as we've seen on these maps.
Yeah, I mean, it's all interesting, and I mean, Ra's a very defensive god, and you do have those 2 gold mines to start with. So.
You do. They can be pressured, I mean.
Yeah, we are seeing a very early second town center here for Fock, going for that 2 town center style, and it has a time with 430 for Matreiuss, who's going to be building out Hussar and Raiding Cavalry. This is not something we see very often, but I guess he's anticipating Axemen from Fox, which is very clever of him indeed, because that is what is going to be coming through with the barracks coming up from Fox.
Yeah, he does know about this town center because he's got the spy on the Pharaoh, so it's no surprise. It also isn't really a surprise anyway. It's what Ra does. Build town centers early.
Yeah, and there is no real way for Loki specifically. The other Norse gods have some way to do it. There's no real way to stop this town center from coming up.
Yeah, it's just
Shifting
builds too
Sands
fast.
is way too strong in the early game to put those pressures on as the policeman drives flying past my car. That could be you,
Not
Chrono.
me, not me, not
me. Yeah, because you can just shifting sands the army that comes in onto your villages into your town center, finish the town center up very easily. But Matreiuss is making a little bit of pressure onto
me.
this hunt here.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it ended up being worth it for him. Well, maybe a bit. He killed one villain, lost an Ulfsark and a troll.
Yeah. It's actually, I mean, he needs the favor, right? You need that 10 favor, and he's got it now. So
Yeah, I mean he could just kill
that's
some.
kind of why he took the fight.
He could kill some caribou instead, and now he's got another Ulfsark just running right in and dying.
Ugh. Ouch, ouch, ouch. What's he doing here? He's just getting the scouting information he already has. No, he just wants him to die with his brother.
I guess so. Stay together, even in the afterlife.
Yes. I'll go Matreiuss chucking up his second town center.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
raiding cavalry. See the Axeman from Fox, which he just ticked. But Ra can just go spears Axeman here, and he should be totally fine. Which it looks like Fox is actually doing right now. He's got them queued up. He's got Hunt for Days as well, so should be okay for a little bit here.
One Hersier building a town center. We'll see how long it takes to build. And trying to put that wall up in the middle, and nope.
Something that's going to be shut down. The Egyptian army is going on the aggressive now.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of places that he can attack at this point. He needs to find the hunt, which is gathering from Polar Bear at this point, and Fox does not have the map scouted at all, so he's going to have no clue where to go with this army. So it's all going to be luck, and he's going the wrong way.
It's very dangerous as Egyptian to come this far forward because of how slow your units are. You can get surrounded very easily with the faster Loki units, who somehow Matreiuss does not yet have Hall of Thanes because he's making this second town center. Like I was going to say, normally you would just have your Loki stay in one town center and get in Hall of Thanes and then kind of aging up kind of quickly. But yeah,
I don't mind the two town centers here from Matreiuss, just because it's a 2 gold mine map, two medium gold mine map. Going 2 town centers means you're going to be advancing to the heroic age a little bit later, and you don't really need that flaming weapons until Fox needs to leave his base. And I feel like it's probably the case here that Matreiuss is going to be able to get a nice flaming weapons attack with a lot of units when he's when Fox needs that second gold mine.
I think by then, though, it's too late to get much use out of your flaming weapons when you're
shifting sands.
Ooh, that's a nice shift.
How did he know it was there? How did he find it?
I think he had one unit there.
Starting with a spearman or something.
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt. Especially because he just got that second town center up as well.
Yeah, dwarves, the 3-minute built town center with 1 Hersier. You almost might as well not even. I mean, by the time you build it, I mean, it just takes so long. And this isn't a good opening for Matreiuss so far. I would have preferred just to see him do the more standard 1 town center into heroic, because even killing that, I mean, he definitely would have been able to kill like that town center with the good flaming weapons push, and that's still good value.
That's also true, given that the Arctic crater here makes it really. I mean, there's no resources around it. It makes it really difficult to defend with buildings and such. You have to do it all by yourself, and defended that push half decently. Can start grabbing these balls. There's still an Axeman over here, but medium red for Matreiuss, and third town center coming up now for Fox. Will be up instantly because of how many villages in the Pharaoh here.
Yeah, I'd say it's not looking good for the Loki here, just based on how the early game went. You can't really, you can't keep up with a raw boom. as like a Loki. You have to just do the one. In my opinion, you have to do the one town center flaming weapons push, because if you don't do that, you can't keep up, and that's kind of why you go Loki anyway, is for that flaming weapons myth unit push.
Yeah, we're gonna see rain coming in now for Fox at 11 minutes, and he's building his armory up as well. But his economy is going to be skyrocketing right now, and he should be able to jump to the mythic age and have Son of Osiris out and mummies out before or as Bragi comes through for Matreiuss here. So it's going to be a difficult. It's going to be as Chrono says, it's going to be a difficult one for him to pull out. But flaming weapons is a strong god power, so we'll see if it's gonna be his game to win or Matreiuss or Fox's game to lose.
He's just too slow. I mean, at this point, he could use flaming weapons to like stop one gold mine, but all Fox just needs to do is then just fall back while flaming weapons is going on, and then just Matreiuss can't. At this point, there's no way that he would be able to block all of the gold mines.
We've got Masons coming through as well, so that's going to make it difficult for Matreiuss to like destroy a town center. I've got Hathor coming through. Matreiuss is going through Bragi himself. He's got Perso ready to grab a third town center. So he's maybe not going for this flaming weapons attack. Only sitting, he's got 115 pop, so it's a decent army he's got. But maybe he's thinking about the long game, going for that Norse late game. We've talked about so much. It's my favorite Ballister Fire Giant combo, unbeatable.
Well, if you can get there, which...
That's exactly, if you can get there.
Yeah, if you can get there. But, see, with the way that one gold mine was placed on Fox's base, the top one, like, Matreiuss could have pressured that pretty heavily. And then
just imagine a Heimdall here, and it would be very difficult.
Well, I even just even more so from just like the standard one town center fast heroic, and then wall off the bottom gold mine. You know, send your couple Hersier forward or Olsarks, wall the bottom one off, and then sit on the top here. Oh,
yeah, the flaming weapons came down 13 minutes and 15 seconds into the game, and he was attacking before he hit heroic age there and lost so many units before the flaming weapons, and the fight just went so well for Fox after then. He was able to defend that one off with the flaming weapons, and this is really bad now for Matreiuss. He's going to be trying to build up those battle boy. He's got a 91 favor in the bank, but Fox is going to be building out chariot archers now. He's going to have Pharaoh, Priest, everything to defend against all those battle balls that come out. And right now, the only real way for Matreiuss to win is a gold star. And I'm not feeling like that's going to be a possibility right now, even if he gets out like 5 battle ball.
What's funny is Fox just now scouted his gold mine below his base. Like, he's walking past it even though he has it scouted because he didn't realize it was there. Oh, here comes Locust.
That's a nice Locust Swarm, but Matreiuss is on that bottom gold mine with cavalry and the battle balls. So that's going to be a little bit of economic damage to Fox as well. But it's only 5 villages and a market here, so not going to be the most damage you can hope for. Mudrick coming in as well for Fox. His abilities are just going to be even more tanky. It's going to be so hard for Matreiuss to destroy anything at this point. The third town center is coming up for Matreiuss. He loves the one Hersa building town centers, don't you reckon?
He does again. That's so weird. Yeah, Fox still hasn't noticed that gold mine right below his base. It's kind of funny. Doesn't even really matter.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for wait. Fox does see it. What are you talking about?
Well, he sees it, but he doesn't see it. Because he scouted it when he went to that bottom gold mine, and that's when he found out that it existed, but I don't think he actually noticed it yet.
That's okay. He doesn't need it. It is in the middle of the map with all his army. Completely happy with that gold mine.
Yeah, and you
thinks he's the ISIS checking out monument to the soldiers.
Yeah, you really.
Don't play our block.
Man, that again, that town, like 3-minute build town center there, it's just ridiculous. One tertiary on it.
Yeah, it's a tough one. We've got Fox moving in now, pushes off the home gold mine of Matreiuss. He's still got his bottom gold mine, then he's grabbed there and farming. He's going to move up to that top one, spread out his villages nicely. Yeah.
Hey, check out Matreiuss's ecotechs.
Oh,
They don't
I
exist.
hate to see it. No hand axe. He is taking the saying that Loki need not worry about economy. Quite a little. It's a little bit important to get at least something going for yourself.
He's got a little bit of a battle board push on this town center on the top, but with fortified town center, masons, and sun-dried brick, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, it's these battle board do a lot of damage, but they don't take a lot of damage, so they would take it down eventually. But it just takes so long, and Fox can just react to it.
Yeah, a few mercenaries defends that. Yeah, as a Ra, you should, against Loki, you really shouldn't be in a position at this point in the game where you're happily mining in the very middle of the map. If you are, that means you are probably going to win.
Yeah, well, we're going for the push now. Heavy Raiders comes up for Matreiuss 17 minutes into the game. Battle Ball coming in from the back. These Priest and Juice in the back of the army are really doing some work. The Hussars trying to take him down. Ferris empowering at this point. A little bit of an odd choice. Now with the reinforcements from Fox coming from the Chariot Archers. It's looking like Match Army's going to have to get out of there. Not having to do the damage you want. A bit too defensive a position there for Fox.
Yeah, just not. I mean, Fox won that fight with having half of his army gone.
Yeah, it's just the choke point. The issue with North's army is you want to fight an open position where you can spread your army that they're into each other when they're fighting, which happens all too often. And there's the Osiris from Fox. This spells game over for any Loki player because there's no answer to that Son of Osiris until you have Ballister.
Yeah.
And also the mummies come out and they just one hit your beautiful battle ball, which it's tough to see, but it's what happens.
Yeah, so we'll probably just have this death push right into the middle of Matreiuss's base. Yeah. He's already got a catapult queued up in the siege workshop, and Matreiuss just so far behind. He just kind of never really kind of tried to do too much, and then in the end just did too little.
I mean, he's got the market up. He's going to be trying to get some of the mythic gauge. Yeah. I wonder if Nidhogg will do anything though, because this is just going to tear him out of the sky with his staff of lightning.
Yeah.
And he's also got to keep his town centers alive to get there as well. He's going through hell. 45 town centers coming in. He's out here to bash away, but Matreiuss is off somewhere else trying to disrupt the trade routes with these raiders. To get something here. Capital Caravan's getting 57 gold, so losing them is going to hurt a little bit. We're just trying to repair this wall just a little bit too slow.
Yeah,
but down.
Fox putting up forward towers right outside Matreiuss's crater, and well, he's waiting. He's actually popped before he can get these catapults out. He needs to lose a few units.
It's an issue with auto queue. Not auto queue. Anything queued up. You can't even delete your units because the units that will pop out are going to be the ones in your big doll. So you have to cancel those units to get them out. Huge raid onto the gold mine of Fox in the bottom here. 7 raiders is going to pick these guys off nicely. They're skin of the rhino. It's just going to take a while, and Fox is not reacting to this at all. It's actually just going to be more. Yeah, I just can lose all these villages. Huge win there for Matreiuss. Is it going to matter?
Yeah, just what does it matter? He's just too far behind.
Now,
I don't believe they do, Zoopy. I think it's just units. I can check after the game and make sure, but I don't think buildings get that bonus. I think just ranged, like, human units.
it's these guys get run straight away. Already lost 800 HP.
That poor dude shows up just to retreat.
Absolutely brutal. Town Center goes down, Nidhogg goes down, Fire Giant getting taken out, Battle Ball taken out as well. Son of Osiris doing ridiculous amounts of damage. The mummy there uses special to take out that Fire Giant, and that's 160 to 93 population. Absolutely brutal right now.
I think it's over.
It may be over. You may be correct then. Matreiuss is making a move forward to some more gold mines, thinks he's got something in store. I mean, he's like sending Fire Giant to his death. Oh, the Fire Giant managed to pick off the mummy before the special attack comes out. That is one thing that Loki does have over Ra, is if he can pick off the Son of Osiris. These Fire Giants, they hang around for quite a while if you can pick off the mummies before the fights happen. But Priest steals some real damage and Matreiuss taps out. GG.
GG. Just seemed a little lost as Loki here.
Yeah, he had some ideas and unfortunately it just did not work out for him.
Too many ideas.
I think maybe if he had built this town center a little bit quicker, he could have got to the heroic gauge a little bit faster, but because he didn't. It took, like you said, 3 minutes to get it up.
Yeah, that was a long time.
Of Fox going 3 town centers, the heroic gauge of Fox getting to the heroic gauge at the same time as Bragi came in. It's just not what you want to be doing.
Yeah, I mean the Vil count says everything on the graph.
Civilian unit count, indeed. Look at that. Disgusting. I mean, this is what you expect to see in the Ra Loki matchup, but the all resource total.
Yeah.
Just before 1 minute before the heroic age, it just starts to skyrocket for Fox here, and just can't catch up when you're down 1,000 or 10,000 resources.
No, and that usually you see the Ra ahead in Eco, but then you also see the big push in very early heroic age by the Loki on a gold mine, and we just never saw that big push. It just never came.
Yeah. Well, he went for it, but I think he went for a bit early, and he didn't have the best surface area to fight there. He lost some units before he cast Flaming Weapons, which is the worst, and Fox just, his army, the Spearman Axeman army, if you can get your units attacking the right Loki units,
it does
like
work.
The Flaming Weapons doesn't even matter.
It does some work if you can get them set up right.
Anyways, I think it's time to move on to game number 3.
Yeah, give me just a sec. I'm just making my overlay look nice and pretty. What was that? Ra for Fox twice?
I'll be right back.
Ra for Fox twice. That was a bit of a surprise. So ends up 1-1 with the Ra so far. And Matreiuss, what was he? What was he in that first game? I'm already forgetting. It's already a late night. Matreiuss was... Oh, he was set. That's right. Set in the first game. Got that win. And then in the second game, we saw him lose with Loki. So... BoIt is like slamming things around in the background. So we are knotted up 1-1 after the first 2 maps, and then we've got Savannah and then 2 water maps upcoming. And Zoopy had the question, do towers get bonus shooting into the craters? My initial thought was no. Let us take a look and see. I am pretty sure buildings do not get affected by this elevation bonus. But we will take a look, just to be sure. Buildings, they do! I thought wrong. So towers do get a bonus firing down the hill. I did not realize
Yes.
that. They do. So, all buildings do actually. Fortresses, towers, town centers, citadels, palaces, everything. All the buildings do.
So what are the units that you would expect to get a bonus that don't? So catapult, ballista.
The ballista
Throw an
does
accident?
no. The ballista does not. It does not affect siege. So,
The ballista do pierce damage.
but it doesn't affect siege. So what it uses a tag in the game files called height bonus multiplier. So basically, any unit that has that tag in their info section gets this bonus, and none of the siege have it, except for I think this. Yes, the siege tower with its ranged attack, when it's like shooting at units, will get the height bonus multiplier, but it doesn't. When would that even come into play?
Just classic Ensemble Studios favoring Egyptian over everyone else. I tell you what, that's ridiculous. How does Ballista, a unit that obviously would benefit from a high advantage given that it shoots things that would be affected by gravity,
Nope.
not get a bonus?
Nope.
But siege towers do. Ridiculous. I've had it. I'm out. I'm done. Goodbye.
But throwing axemen do. They do get that bonus. But it's mostly used for, I guess it is buildings. I did not realize, but mostly used for your ranged units.
I guess they'd be using the arrow projectile, right? Everything that has an arrow projectile would get the bonus.
Kind of. It's still just a tad bit hit or miss. Like the pharaoh gets it, and the priest get it as well. So most ranged. It looks like, I'm looking at the list here. It looks like every ranged unit, like human unit, gets it. And some ranged myth units get it as well, but not all. Just some. It's a little bit random, I think, to some extent. But like trolls get it, centaurs get it, Medusa get it, satyrs, lampades, the sentinel gets it. But yeah, it's a little interesting. But buildings do get it. Well, I learned something new based on the question from the Zoopster. So thanks for the question. And yeah, Zoopy was kind of saying over here that in that game, Matreiuss was a little bit caught up in between trying to do too much and in the end just couldn't do anything because he tried too much. But are you ready for game 3?
Look, I think I am.
All right, I'm gonna have to remember to keep hitting. I keep falling behind you in the.
Yeah,
I just need to hit.
I don't want to spoil anything, but let me just say, everybody grab their popcorn.
A lot of it.
And I've heard that a really nice mix is popcorn and Maltesers, if you know what those are. So go sort that out, and here we go.
Alrighty, here we go into game number 3 on Savannah. Alright, I'm at 0, 0, 0. Are you ready?
Born ready. Let's make this thing happen.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
And we are back with another game of Age of Mythology. The Titans joined with the fabulous Chrono JJ. My name's BoIt, and the map is Savannah, spawning in the top of the map. In the blue color, playing as Raj from the DoD clan. His name is Fox, his opponent today. In the red color, playing as Poseidon. Finally, it's Matreiuss. It's currently 1-1 in this best of 5 series for the Bill Gregg Open. What a happy time to be alive, wouldn't you say?
Oh yes, yes. I'm finally see the Poseidon. And is he Ra? He is Ra. So Poseidon versus Ra on Savannah.
Yes. This is actually one of those matchups for Ra, which has not been brutally destroyed by Chrono JJ's patch team. Ra does quite nicely against Poseidon, and I think that's maybe why we've been seeing Fox just elect to go Ra in these matchups, expecting to see Poseidon being surprised a little bit. But finally, we can see happy to see the Poseidon here.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say that Poseidon is a bad choice into Ra.
Oh, I didn't mean it was a good matchup for Ra. It's like an even matchup. It's one of those matchups which has been even for eternity.
Yeah, I would say it tends to be pretty even. A lot of it comes down to where the town, they're not the town center, where the gold mines are for the Ra. Like if the Poseidon can get a really strong Hippocon push on a forward gold mine, they could do some damage early and potentially gold starve the Ra. But generally, it's a pretty even matchup. As the game goes late, Poseidon v Ra can kind of be really even late game because Poseidon is one of those gods that's so annoying to push because every time you kill a couple buildings, then he's got militia showing up, and it can be very frustrating. Like Poseidon is probably the most frustrating, like for me anyway, the most frustrating god to like push on, because just when you start pushing, then you just generate all these militia and they kill your siege. But that'll be a long time from now. We've got I got the early stages so far.
Yes, we have some relics on this map with the Ankh of Ra. Very, very important relic for Poseidon to get because his favorite gather rate's a little bit slower than everybody else's, or a little bit slower than the Zeus's, but definitely slower than Ra's gather rate. Ra decides to chuck up those monuments.
Hello, Roadrunner. Good to have you aboard, man. Good to have you aboard.
Appreciated, given how fast infantry normally are created. But it can really, really assist in the spam for Egyptian and the spam for Poseidon in the late game, where you want to transition away from those Hippocon into Hoplite, Hapaspists.
Yeah, that is a good relic. I think that's kind of an underappreciated relic, is the canopic jar of Imseni, or however you're supposed to say it.
Yeah, I've got no idea. I don't know. Alrighty, we got the temples coming up now for Fox. Currently 340 in the game, and Matreiuss is getting his temple up as well. We're seeing some standard stuff here. 2 villages gold for Matreiuss. This was 4 wood. That's a little bit strange.
It is a. It looks like Fox will be doing the standard 2 town center Ta. He does have a very forward gold mine, which could be punished by Matreiuss. Depends what Matreiuss does.
Yeah, I would love to see Matreiuss sit 1 town center here. The hunt is, if we look at the map, the hunt is not very easy to secure for Fox, so he's going to have to go straight for farms.
Yeah, I mean, he really doesn't need the hunt.
He's chopping wood down like a crazy man. But what I was meaning by that is, because if you go straight for farms, that's an investment of 500, 600 gold. Then not only on top of that, you invest 400 gold into the town center. That's 1,000 gold you're left with. You invest 500 gold into the heroic age, and you've only got 1,500 gold left to play with. You want to build Midgard units, that's another 400 gold. Now you've got 1,100 gold left to play with. You've only got so many units you can build in order to get this gold line. And 1 town center semi-fast heroic from Matreiuss and a curse, and then you lose 5 of your cavalry or whatever you build, and there goes your gold mine. So that's what I'd like to see, but I think we're going to see a fast second town center from Matreiuss, and it's exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah, and he got all those wood villas because he needed to get plow, husbandry, shaduf, and pickaxe, so that's why he needed all that wood. And
it's actually kind of genius. I haven't seen anybody do it that way. Normally we see people chuck 2 villages on wood early, but Fox gets up a little bit faster and gets the wood income, gets the Pharaoh bonus from those wood villages. Very, very smart.
Fox is going to have some idle town center time right now. Like, he's got 2 town centers, but he's kind of fooded out for the moment, waiting for Shadoof and Rain to come in.
He does have the 8 villages on.
No, Samir, this is the 3rd game. I think I got the score up on the screen. I hope I do. If I don't, let me know. What's up with the True Loki tournament? Which one do you mean, Roadrunner?
I think Matreiuss is going to be happy just to start spamming out the economies, building up his stables, getting all the other things. His Skullbine's still an issue right now, even if Matreiuss goes 2 town centers, because you can just max population 130 here, get copper shields, and then prevent Skullbine. He doesn't even have to move away from it, because that's that Fox can really get. He's got his Catastropher sitting in this beautiful choke point of line of sight for the next 2 gold mines as well. Fox chucks that rain down. Currently 6 minutes and 42 seconds. Armor coming down for Fox as well. And we're just going to have a little bit of boom action going on.
Yeah, I'd say it probably is more standard for the Poseidon to get 2 town centers in this situation. One thing I'm kind of confused by is why he is ignoring, he being Matreiuss, why he's not going to the forward elephant, because this is the time to hunt and get it, because you're never going to get any pressure from the Ra on it. Like, he moved his left side hunt vills back home to his base and is ignoring this food in the middle.
Yeah, I guess you can be a little bit scared about a couple of barracks units and shifting sands onto it, but you should be scouting this. You should be sending Hippocon through the base and just checking out what's going on. You're not going to take any damage from the towers. There's no crenellations, but it's just a nice slow game here. I'm a bit surprised that Matreiuss is already jumping onto his goat as well. There's only 200 food in them, and like you said, there's elephant here. There's baboons as well, which are significantly better.
Yeah, Samir, I can ask him that later. Last one, is this over? This is not the True Loki tournament. This is the tournament that me and BoIt are running. The other tournament that True Loki hosted is done, and that's, I think, the only one he's going to host.
Cool, coming through for Fox here, and it's gonna be a nice fast heroic. Got the second monument coming up as well, so we're gonna be seeing some Pastustos. Potentially see some Midgard stronghold coming up, and Matreiuss just going for that max pop at the moment. It's going to be a little bit late though.
I like how he's
holding 2 relics randomly.
Yes, I like how he's just sitting there with 2 relics.
Just like, look at these relics I have that you can't have. They're both pretty good, and you're not going to get them. But I'm not going to have them either. So yes, there's the heroic age. There's the Midgard stronghold. Putting it up right where the army is. This one's going to be immediately denied. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, it'll be slowed. It'll be slowed down. I think Matreiuss could. Why he's not on those elephants? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's really going to slow him down. He could be pumping from 4 military buildings right now, and having his villagers pumping. But instead, he's getting a little bit of idle time on his town center.
Yeah, and he's farming.
Matreiuss, he's farming. Matreiuss going in for this Midgard stronghold underneath the town center fight.
That's really too far.
Yeah. He's picking up some villages though.
1. Yeah, that's a little too. He won't be able to do much under that. He just needs to prevent the gold mine. He didn't lose any army there though, so that's actually pretty nice. Took a lot of HP damage on a couple of units, but for the most part, dodging the arrows like tricks. Yeah, so what Fox is going to do here, he's going to just mass up as much of an army as he can while selling wood so that he can then come and fight and take this town center with a full pop army.
Yeah, it's
or not the town center there. Take the gold mine.
So that's, yeah, he's probably got about 100 pop army worth of gold here, and Matreiuss is gonna be, the longer this takes as well, Matreiuss gets further and further a larger army as well. Oh, but Matreiuss is going for a third down center
Mm.
here. It's just so confusing to me. Like, you don't need it. You don't need it at all. You just need to spam units here. He's gonna. This is exactly what Fox is gonna want. And there's also the shifting sands that he can use to pull a unit into a box, but there's no box set up just yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he doesn't have upgraded Hippocon, so he's not going to be able to hold this gold mine. His army currently is outclassed.
Yeah, this is he's going to take a lot of losses as he's retreating here. Maybe even worthwhile. Just
and the
chucking up a ceasefire just to chill a little bit. Oh, now he goes for the elephant.
Yeah, like why? I don't know. But yeah, and the Toxotes too are such an awful unit to be making in this situation. You just want pure Hippocon.
Yeah, it's currently 11 minutes and 18 seconds, and that Locust kills off every one of those villagers. Finally, we see a good Locust from Fox. Oh, that's gonna help. That's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot.
Well, he did a good location of casting it because they couldn't run forward because then they'd get smoked by all those units, and then they couldn't. Well, they tried to run through the Locust, and that didn't quite work out. So nice pushing by Fox so far. He should, at this point, he should grab his third town center.
And grab that third town center, go Mythic Age, and try and get a tornado push onto that third town center of Matreiuss would be a way to go, but it's a bit risky because if you don't actually get it, then you don't have access to mummies to deal with the Colossus that may come out or the Chimera.
Yeah, Fox is in a pretty good position. He just needs to grab that town center because he's got the advantage now, but at 2-1 or 3-2 town centers, he'll eventually kind of fall behind Eco. So he should just get the town center up because he has no siege works.
Well, he's going to be bashing down this gate now with the villagers. He's going to be moving through here and trying to take this town center. Matreiuss is going to know about it.
What's up, Colby? Good to have you along tonight. Doing a little dual cast with BoIt.
30 popping himself, but most of that is well, at least more than what Fox has got is in villagers. So the army count's basically the same, and he still doesn't have medium Hippocon, so his army is completely outclassed.
Yeah, and we see that Matreiuss will probably never get access to those elephants.
It's a very sad time to be alive, but the Hippocon are moving in at this point, and Fox is a little bit out of position. He's going to be losing
chasing
a couple of
the
villagers.
scout.
Yeah, nice micro from the villagers, saving most of them from any HP damage. And now the army is here. The heroes are here for Matreiuss, though. So maybe this is going to be okay. Oh, the shifting sands yet again. That's a good thing for Matreiuss. He's just going to get out of there. Now there's no random shift onto his economy that's going to happen. That's going to feel good.
And that's just a shift from having the units in the wrong spot for Fox.
Yeah, that's just some army movement that he definitely should have known about, given that he saw the scout there.
Yeah, because you don't want to.
And the walls, obviously.
The shift can really be an awesome god power, even like late game. You don't really want to use it just to get a town center that you should have been able to take anyway.
Well, it basically becomes a charge of Vortex, right? And everybody knows how strong that god power is. If you've ever played Deathmatch, it's really hard to defend against an army just showing up in the middle of nowhere. We are seeing the Heroic Age coming through for Matreiuss, though. Fox is got a lot of gold in the bank and not much food, but he has 30 villagers on food. So that food's going to be coming in nice and quick.
Yeah, Fox's eco a little bit out of order right now again, kind of like we saw in the first game, but is hunting now, so yeah, it'll come in fast.
I really like seeing this when RAR players remember that they can hunt. After you cast Rain, these farms go back to being the worst food income that you possibly have. So you really want to be getting onto that hunt after you use it if you can, and it's all over it. So nice play from our Fox there. Matreiuss hits the heroic age through Aphrodite, 15 minutes and 10 seconds into the game. Fox trying to bash down some walls, but he's going to be a little bit out of position as these medium Hippocon are coming in. Maybe
he'll be all right.
Curse to come through as well at some point. He's going to run away. It's okay.
Yeah, all these walls. I like to talk about how walls are very useful, and just these few walls by Matreiuss on this right side are really saving him, because if they weren't there, he would be getting the crap rated out of him right now, and instead he's not doing anything, and his army's out of position.
Oh, and we're getting a huge attack coming in for Matreiuss here as heavy cavalry coming. Nemean Lion joins the party. The Migdol strongholds under pressure. Hippocon taking out the Pharaoh. Hippocon taking out the villages. Nemean Lion roar to force some idle time there on the repair villages there. Curse comes down. The Migdol strongholds about to be torn down. And this gold mine is going to be coming into Matreiuss's control here. These heavy Hippocon are so strong. Nemean Lion going to be on. Yep, go on.
I was just going to say, this is kind of the push that we kind of wanted to see earlier with the upgraded Hippocon and no Toxotes, and now we're seeing it a little bit delayed, and it's doing work.
Nah, it's going to be some big damage here, but the big issue is now the game's a little bit later, and this town center is grabbed for Fox. Fox actually has access to 2 gold mines.
Yeah, he does.
Which he didn't have access to before.
No heroes to take out this Nemean Lion, though.
He's such a bulky unit. He's kind of like the battle boar in a way, except his special doesn't send units away and just does like damage to everything. Yeah, and the issue with the Nemean Lion is you can't mass him because you can't get favor very fast.
No.
There is the Son of Osiris. Well, the Osiris has come through at the 17-minute mark. He's going to be getting out that Son of Osiris to push Matreiuss back. And
well, he can. His Pharaoh's dead.
Oh, that's true. He did pick off the Pharaoh.
Yeah, but, Pharaoh's still dead.
Yeah, we're seeing Artemis for Matreiuss, which I don't think it's a mistake, but I think it's a risky move. Given that I'm sure Fox is going to be investing in. Yeah, he's got sun-dried mud brick, and he's got architects already. So this earthquake's not even going to kill a town center here. It may kill off this Migdol stronghold, though.
It could kill the one on the bottom right, I think.
Really? With sun-dried mudbrick and architects?
Yeah, because it does. It would be pretty close, but I think it can, because there's only 2 buildings.
That's the earthquake taking it down. We'll see. It's got 5 seconds left on it. It's getting really close. And it does go down. Oh, really nice job there. Now this is all going to come down to can Fox's army with the Son of Osiris, with the Mummy, defeat these heavy Hippocon here. And
I think
Matreiuss is going to be going all in at this point.
If Matreiuss would have like gone forward with a Villi and built it, because he has ceasefire.
That's actually totally true. A little bit of a misplay there from Matreiuss. Could stop this one. He's got so many villagers building this one up here. 26 villages, and the town center is back up. That's champion.
Oh, that shouldn't have gone up. He should have just had like 4 Hippocon attacking the town center.
Oh man, there's just so many villages there. It's hard to play that one correctly. But like you said, just send a couple of villagers up to grab that town center himself, cast ceasefire.
Yeah.
And then with the extra 20 pop that he has to play with, it's very difficult for Fox to continue in this game. But right now, the Son of Osiris is going to start pummeling this army. But
if he can get surrounded, he's got the rock. He's got the rock.
Does have the rock. Has the mercenary spam. I don't think they have Magi. Maybe they do. I'm not sure. But
120 pop to 160.
Well, 94 pop to 160. I've got the 1922 here. Yeah, I can't see this one going very well for Fox here. But another Migdol stronghold coming up for Fox as he's trying to hang on, he's spamming those mercenary. He does have quite a few resources in the bank as well.
Yeah, the Mercs will do a ton of work here, and the Osiris as well. And Matreiuss is sitting at 0 gold, so the question is, will he be able to keep replenishing his Hippocon?
Yeah. Um, and like we said, like if he doesn't get enough damage done here, which he's doing the damage. If he doesn't get enough damage here, Artemis stops being very good. These Chimera, once armory upgrades come in, stops becoming a worthwhile unit to create. And
Yeah. Nice little raid on the left gold mine, though, Matreiuss does. He's just kind of randomly picking off a few of those units. Yeah, roast those vills.
Could be using right now. Yep, Chimera gets a huge pick off as well. And this looks like it's going to be cleaned up for Fox.
Yeah, at
He's not out of the game at all. He's actually completely fine here. It looks like he can get some army back in here, keep producing the villages. Sure, his trade route keeps going.
Yeah, at the expense of a ton of mercenaries. I mean, that's a lot of gold put in for units that are going to disappear.
Yeah, I mean they are trading. It's not like they're not taking damage, so they are soaking up something. So it's not complete waste.
Yeah.
When they die, that's it.
What Matreiuss needs to do here while he has this advantage is he needs to build forward with like towers and stuff, because that's really the only reliable way to kill mercenary cavalry, unless you want to build like Prodromos, which kind of suck against everything else. And there's not much forward building other than just a bunch of stables.
I like transitioning into infantry here, and chucking up those watchtowers. Build a little box and get the Petropoli to siege down town centers at this point. Make sure you don't build too close to the town center with those initial watchtowers, and then you should be able to push forward.
Yeah, because this is
we're seeing Matreiuss go from go on.
Yeah, Matreiuss has the faster building technology, and this is kind of where the Poseidon player should just be taking over the map with buildings everywhere. But with these upgraded cavalry, the Hippocon might want to kind of, like you pointed out, maybe start switching to some other units like the infantry.
Yeah, it's just really hard as a player. It's really hard in your brain to be like, I invested 1,000 resources plus into these Hippocon upgrades. I do not want to do the same thing for my inventory, but you have to change, because once the watchtowers start popping up for Fox, these and the spearmen start pumping out as well for Fox, these Hippocons start becoming really difficult units to use. Seeing some Prodromos come out to deal with those cavalry, or not the cavalry, the mercenary cavalry, and I've got Heliopolis on this town center at the 22-minute and 40-second mark. Cavalry now coming in. They should be able to pick off these Heliopolis really, really fast.
Yeah, Matreiuss should be more trying to cut the corners out of the map for the trade route.
Yeah, he could send one of those Heliopolis over here and pick off this stone gate, and then just wall that corner off, and then you shut down the trade and you shut down the mercenary spam. And when that's happened, you go for the push, because that's when the gold runs out and the mercenaries stop pumping out.
It's really optimistic for him to think that he would push on a town center that has all of the HP upgrades.
Yeah, and like I said, building this watchtower is the right idea, but it's too close. You want to be building it about where his stables are in this little location here at the first moment, and then build a wall, get more watchtowers up, build another wall, and you build up your layers like that way, and then you start pushing forward with the ranged metropolis. But instead, this army of Fox is just gonna keep helping him here. Son of Osiris is really the thing doing the damage to him. There's no way to pick him off because he's sitting underneath the town center with the rock hovering above as well.
At 91 hit points, he's getting low. But right now, Matreiuss, he had a pretty good advantage, but he kind of threw it away just by not forward building enough. I mean, if he has like 5 towers at this front, he's controlling the position. I mean, the towers would absolutely demolish the camels.
Yeah, for sure. And we're seeing finally Matreiuss trying to go for these markets here. And just a little side note, Matreiuss's market is awful. If
Oh,
there's
it
like there's a
is.
good screen, there's a good screen length, you can use that one into the side to get the extra gold on these camel and donkey caravans. They're getting
Yeah.
84 gold, but Fox's camel caravans are they're getting 131,
Yeah, that's
and that's
quite
the
a
difference.
that's a big difference. Fox should
Yeah.
also be empowering. As Ra, you always want to empower your market at some point, just because of the additional resources it brings in.
Yeah, it costs 2 pop, and you get an extra. What is it, like 20%?
15.
15%?
Yeah.
15%?
Yeah.
15% of 100 is like
115.
20 gold or something. Ridiculous amount of extra gold you get. So, not doing it, there's no excuse.
Yeah, you should. Right now, Matreiuss, he kind of has map control, but he's not. He just needs to start throwing towers up, like kind of just across the map, and walls too.
Yeah, and honestly, so does Fox. Just so he can give something else other than his town center the priority to be attacked. And there's no way you're gonna lose your town center if you start putting up those defensive buildings. And walling off this top side of the map so these side builds stop being a thing is very important for Fox as well. And we're seeing the fortress popped up now for Matreiuss. He's building more on this top side. He's going to start pushing in some Heliopoli, force the mercenary cavalry to be pumping out of his top town center while he's pushing on this bottom town center. Is the goal there?
Yeah, that's the hard part in the late game. Against the Egyptian is the ability to kind of just poop out the mercenaries from whatever town center he needs them from. And that's why you need towers. You need the towers with crenellations to chunk down the mercenaries.
Ooh. Here's the big difference with the armies right now. We've got the iron upgrades in the hack and the weapons for Matreiuss, and Fox has only got bronze armor and copper mail. And this is why the army is trading so efficiently underneath Power Fire and in front of Osiris Fire. We've also got finally the hoplites starting to come in, but just like with Egyptian, I feel like you shouldn't be building these until you get heavy upgrades. Just build the military buildings, get your upgrades, and then once you get heavy, you can start building them, because they don't trade as efficiently without that, and you're wasting a lot of resources building them when they just get picked off so fast.
And Matreiuss, he's got a couple Heliopolus up in the top left, but nothing to back them up. He also needs, at this point, 26 minutes in the game, you should have your heavy or your siege upgrade. It's such a good technology.
Yeah, like you said, it's basically like making them heavy in terms of the stats it gives. What is it? It gives you like an extra 50% crush damage, which when you look at how much a bonus medium gives, actually it's maybe even like making them champion, because medium upgrades give you like 10% extra, gives you 50% extra. So
Cyrus is dead.
It's a big upgrade. Yep. So Cyrus falls. Yeah, he was alive for quite a while there.
He was. He got a lot of value.
Definitely paid for himself.
And now Matreiuss is doing up in the top left what he should have done in the bottom right like 5 minutes ago, which is start throwing up towers and everything. He doesn't have crenellations though, nor are they guard towers.
Yeah, they're very weak without the crenellations. 150% bonus against cavalry units, and specifically mercenary cavalry is what you want it for, is so key. And the track rating, of course, is very important as well. Oh, Mummy comes in to pick up the Chimera. That's gonna feel good. Nice micro from the villagers as well, diving into the Midgard stronghold. I'm at 28 minutes, so 15 seconds.
Okay, the upgraded towers are now here, but still no siege upgrade. That's like kind of the first upgrade you need to get. Like if you're going to say, I need this upgrade first when I reach Mythic, it's your siege upgrade. It's so good.
Yeah. And Matreiuss has the resources for it as well. He's just forgotten about it, unfortunately. He's got some idle fortress as well, like not building anything. So there's no reason not to chuck it up.
And he's
more fortress coming up.
Fox is like 130 of 160 pop with no resources in the bank, and Matreiuss is full pop.
Yeah, but like it is an issue. But the thing is, he's building out mercenary cavalry, which costs no pop, and he's consistently building out camel caravans. So he's gonna have like a trade route of like 50 camel caravans at some point.
And Matreiuss
and these mercenary caravans gonna flood.
And Matreiuss's trade route still kind of unnecessarily sucks.
Yeah. But it always puts your market in the right on the edge of the map. That's the general rule. No excuses not to do that one there.
And he's also doesn't quite have all of his eco upgrades. He's missed a couple of his last set.
Those ones are really important as well. That ending of flood control makes these farms. Makes these farms do something.
And unupgraded Petrobolus on the top just does almost nothing to this fully upgraded Migdol.
Yeah, and unlike Egyptian, you can sort of get away without the siege engineers. These catapult, they basically do a quarter of this guard tower per shot.
Where are the... Matreiuss just needs to be building so many more buildings at the top with his villies he's got up here.
Yeah, he's actually lost a couple. He lost the guard tower, and he's nothing more to push on this side. He's waiting for the Chimera to come in, maybe to help defend against this push, but he's just going to lose these Petropolis. Well, there's the siege engineers.
There it comes in.
Now he's going to do some damage.
There it comes in. It gives your Petropolis more range. I think it's a 20% to crush damage.
25% piercing crush damage.
Okay.
50% crush damage on melee attacks. So it's basically
it's so
almost
good.
like a champion upgrade. 5% off champion, basically.
And Matreiuss is still hurting for gold. And it's actually not at full pop, and I think that's just because of his poor market placement.
Yeah, he's running.
Hello, Red Vans. Good to have you aboard, my man. Red Vans, this good to have you along.
Camel or caravan is not what you want to see. You want to be seeing 100 plus in order to maintain your 160 population.
And Matreiuss trying to do a wall build up on the top, but was just a little too slow. And again, needs to upgrade his walls.
Yeah, these wooden walls are paper thin, 600 HP, and the stone walls give them 100% HP. And they go up to 1200, right? Like extra 600 HP.
Yeah, it's again one of those kind of technologies you should kind of get. And even though Fox has been on the defensive for really the last like 13-14 minutes, like Matreiuss has not like progressed like a single step in those 15 minutes.
Yeah, and we're seeing what Fox has been doing coming to fruition, and he's just been spamming camel caravans. This is where all of his resources have gone. He's finally stopped, and now he's going to start you're going to start seeing him backing upwards of 5,000 gold in the next couple of minutes, just because you can't spend all this gold on mercenaries. It just comes in so fast, even if you have them auto queuing. So that's going to be a big thing for him.
Yeah, he's starting to get the gold piling up now, and Matreiuss again at full resources, full pop, but doesn't have all of his, like, only the first pierce armor upgrade. And Fox 2 is still missing some armory upgrades.
Did he not upgrade? Oh, he's doing so well on the upgrades. He had iron on the significant ones, and there's the ceasefire. What's that for? What's he doing? Oh, he's building up this wall in the middle of the thing there.
Yeah, he's trying to build this wall here, but his wall actually, I don't think he's gonna get it. Well, here's the problem. Look at he's got 8 Petrobolus or Petrobolus, but only one of these wall segments or 2 of them is long enough to even put a gate in. Like this
Yeah,
is.
well, he's chucking them. He's chucking up walls everywhere, which I love to see. This is what you want to be doing in the late game. He's going for a side build as well with these military buildings in the base of Fox, just causing some havoc, making Fox have to deal with them, giving him a little bit of time to get the army upgrades, because he definitely needs to get champion infantry and if he needs to get those Pierce upgrades.
But he's not moving his siege.
Yeah.
Like his siege is going nowhere. It's like the ceasefire just to build random walls that don't do anything.
Yeah, where's he sending him to? Oh, he's sending him into this wall that he built up, which has already been opened up. Maybe just worthwhile still going for that top town center there.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, he's deciding to leave this location. Those Metropoli, maybe move on to the other town center.
I mean, that's 27 pop right there in siege. No, no, more than that. He's got 11 Petroboli. That's 33 pop.
Late game's all about the Petropoli. We see that militia have spawned as well, which pushes Matreiuss a little bit over pop. He drops back down, kind of 34 minutes, 35 seconds into the game. And he's on the town center now. That's going to be nice. Where's he sent the rest of these Petropolis?
If he would have had his Petropolis up, here right now, they would kill the town center.
Yeah, I mean, it is going down in HP. He's just chilling. He's just chilling with them. And now the mercenary cavalry are out, and they're going to pick him off really, really fast.
If he would have had him all up here, he'd be dead. I know, it's like they went for like a roll through the park and then like, all right, back to work, boys.
Yeah, and Fox is going to be like, where did all of these Petropoli come from?
He juked them out.
Yeah.
A little bit of a pathing nightmare though. So he just right click on the town center to have them attack as soon as they're in range, which blocked all the back ones from attacking. Should have moved in a little bit further and then attacked. I think he'll still get the town center down. Maybe. Yeah, he's gonna get it down still.
It's gonna be close. These Petropoli die very fast. The cavalry are on top of them, and the town center, it's going down. It's down. But now he has nothing left to play with.
Well, he just lost 33 pop a siege.
Yep. 33 pop to kill 500 resource settlement there.
Right. Polyphemus trying to get in on the town center. Looks like he will. There we go. Keep it down for a while. Matreiuss got like units randomly in the trade route that aren't really doing much too. He's got Toxotes and Hippicon, and it's just a waste of his military pop.
Yeah, I'm super confused as to why we haven't seen Matreiuss just go for the trade route. He hasn't gone for it. He went for it once, and you can see the walls being damaged, but it just hasn't put enough effort into it, which is like the primary resource that you can prevent is trade in the late game, and that's just not being a priority for Matreiuss here.
Yeah, instead he's just kind of getting low. The units in the middle of the trade route here is just a waste of pop.
Yes.
Because they're not really accomplishing anything. I mean, so what if he kills 10 caravans? Big deal. I mean, Fox got like 50 more.
Yeah, you need to be blocking these from doing anything, and at this point, Fox is still, he's not like on the 5,000 gold that I predicted, but he's still got 1,000 gold in the bank. So even if you kill it off, he'll be able to restart it.
and Fox is solidified on the top. I mean, again, Matreiuss just doesn't have any forward buildings that are useful up on the top, like no siege, production
Yeah,
buildings, no towers.
it's all kind of been shut down so far. But Fox is like it's been 37, 38 minutes of non-stop defending
Yeah,
from Fox,
and just Merc making Mercs right now. Like his eco is again kind of shot.
yeah, I mean, well, you said that the raid on that trade was not going to do much, but it actually has done quite a bit.
I don't think so.
Well, it's forcing Fox to have to rebuild trade, which is 200 food every, what is it, 15 seconds. So
yeah, but he has no push behind. Matreiuss has no push behind it. I mean, while putting all of his pop towards that kind of trade raid, in the meantime, Fox's catapults have cleaned out pretty much all of Matreiuss's forward builds.
yeah, he's rebuilding it. He's happy to keep going. There's still mercenary up at this spot. I really want to see Matreiuss try and move in from this center a little bit more of the map instead of trying to build the towers right on top of the town center where the catapults are chilling underneath the safety of their mercenary. If you build the watchtowers like a screen length away from the town center first, and then you start moving in, that's how you make progress. But if you go straight on top of the town center like he's been trying, they just get picked off instantly.
Yeah, you kind of got to build back and then closer. And still, here's the question. This is the question of the game. Will Matreiuss ever rebuild his market?
I think if that's the position he wants his market to be in, it's not going to be rebuilt unless Fox kills it.
Okay, so only rebuilt if Fox kills it. I agree with that. I don't think so far he's been trading like 20 minutes with it. I don't think another 20 minutes will change where he's going to put his market. If he hasn't thought about it now, he won't think about it then.
Well, all I can say is hopefully he learns his lesson from this game after watching us discuss how important it is, given he is sitting at, well, he's got a decent amount of gold in the bank and sitting at full pop, but we have so much more.
He could. I mean, it's just pop inefficient, where he's got probably like 10 too many caravans, where that could be siege or hippicon or something.
Yeah, right. Like they've got,
and yes, Palash, they could. You can make a wonder and win, and they could also make a Titan, which they haven't made either. And yeah, this is a long. We're at 40 minutes so far. I think this is the longest game I've casted of this tournament.
It's the small things, man. It's the small things.
Yeah. So far, like right now, all Fox is making are just pretty much mercenaries.
Yeah, but it is forcing. I mean, like the thing is, Matreiuss is forcing Fox to be on the defensive, so he's in no position to lose the game right now. And I like this little push that he's doing up on this town center at 40-minute or 41-minute mark. Oh, Matreiuss lost the town center. There's rock raids.
Oh, the rock raids.
Oh, the ultimate lame. Oh, you hate to see it. And now Fox is turning, a defense into offense, not offense into defense. But that's gotta hurt right there for Matreiuss, as he was making some significant inroads onto this town center. Now I'm gonna lose all of the walls he spent so many resources trying to create with those Heliopolis. The rock has been picked off, and the turn have been picked off. He loses the Ankh of Ra, he loses the temple, and he loses a couple of houses, and his ego is bruised slightly from that rock.
But there's no follow-up from it. All it does is just give Fox a little bit of a breather room at his town center. But here's the thing with Fox on defense and defending. It's kind of going to be one of those things where it just kind of seems like as soon as he's able to be offensive, he'll like push through and win pretty quickly, I feel like.
Yeah.
He just needs to get over that hurdle.
Yeah. Finally, we're seeing these watchtowers actually get up, or guard towers, I should say, get up for Matreiuss.
Yep.
The issue right now is going to be dealing with the catapult, because yet again, they are sitting. The catapult is sitting right underneath the town center. You want to drag them out, them off, and move forward with walls and towers. But he is managing to kill them off with Metropolis that he's got here, and you're just seeing him like Matreiuss is just constantly shifting fronts here.
Yeah, and the way I see it, when you get to this stage in the game, you're facing fully upgraded town centers with full mercenary spam. You don't beat the Egyptian by attacking the town center, you beat it by pinching the trade route. And Matreiuss is just as close to the trade route pinch as he is to killing the town center. And to me, that's what he should do, is pinch off this corner and then go at town centers.
It's not. Like, he's actually doing it now. He's actually killing off the walls. So finally, the citadel walls will be coming down. So he needs to timing attack it, right? He needs to kill off the market or block the market and whatever,
and then build up.
Attack the town center straight afterwards before he can restart the trade. And you have to kill off a couple of waves of mercenary as well to do that. It's no easy feat, that's for sure.
I mean, what your goal is that you make the trade route so inefficient that eventually the waves of mercenaries end because the gold runs out.
Yeah.
But as long as it's like this, Fox can defend basically indefinitely because he has an infinite amount of gold.
There's actually a really nice position here where Matreiuss can just wall off. He doesn't even have to kill off these ballista towers that have been set up here. He can just wall off straight past that, but straight below that siege workshop.
Yeah, he could.
Prevent this trade route, but he's not going for it just yet. It's currently 44 minutes into the game, if you were wondering, and Matreiuss he's actually struggling quite a bit here. It looks like. It's looking like he's starting to. The tides are starting to turn here.
Yeah.
Buildings are falling for Fox, but the issue for Egyptian is being able to push once you have this advantage. Once you start moving away from your town centers, it's been difficult to actually push onto Matreiuss' town centers.
Well, he's got the Hathor Merc upgrade.
That's true, but yeah, we might be seeing the infinite defense now from Matreiuss.
But he doesn't have Merc, so you can't really do it.
Okay, we're still getting the side raids from Matreiuss onto this town center with the Heliopolis, but
yeah.
Fox is all over it with the villagers and the mercenary here as well, but he keeps sending him in. At least this is 11 villagers that aren't gathering food.
Distracting.
Yeah.
But that little side push on the trade is kind of ended, and that should be the priority, is chopping off that corner.
Yeah, I think like maybe Matreiuss's macro here is just a slight bit off. He should be popped, and maybe you could go for like a side push with like the hoplite into this location. Would probably be the way to do it. Just build up like 10 hoplite, a couple of Heliopolis, and then make the push into this location at the right corner of the map, and try and get some walls up there. He has to deal with these catapults. They're starting to push into Matreiuss' position as well.
Yeah, he's kind of lost his forward on the right side of the map again, and really doesn't have many buildings on his left-hand forward. I mean, just some stables and a couple of fortresses, and still not close to killing that town center either. And that market is still inefficient. Yeah, we are. I have got some people cheering on that someone build a Titan, which I'm actually a little bit surprised we at least haven't somebody try a Titan, or even a Wonder. I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this game went Wonder.
Which Fox does he have the favor? No, oh, he does. Fox could build Fox could easily build a Wonder.
You could build like 2 Wonders. Well, almost build 2 Wonders, but yeah, it's Matreiuss. You can't, but Fox wouldn't know what favor that that Matreiuss is on. But yeah, you could just go Titan Wonder here, and
Yeah.
you've got your defensive buildings already set up. It's a bit of a scumbag way to win the game. But,
Hey, a win is a win in a tournament.
A win is a win, and all sportsmanship is off the table when it comes to tournament games.
Yeah, and also the possibility you have not seen any Hetairoi, which the Poseidon unique cav, which they wouldn't be a bad choice. The one thing they don't do well though against is units, so mercenaries kind of shred Hetairoi. But you can still still see some though. Like they're better than they used to be.
Yeah, the reason we don't see them is simply because they are cavalry units and therefore get the bonus damage from towers that applies to them, which is the main reason we don't see those units. They are strong. They have been buffed from the base patch, the ESO patch 1.83.
Yeah.
So
And buildings,
they're not bad.
the patch has made buildings do less damage to Hetairoi, which does help them live, but still the crenellation towers still do pretty decent damage to them.
Yeah.
Man, no.
We've got foxes currently walling up the entirety of the map. maybe gearing up to get this Wander up, but he's definitely playing this the right way in terms of how you push. This is what you want to do. You want to wall up the entire map, start making incremental pushes. It's slow, it's tedious, but there is no defense for it.
That's kind of what this game has been though so far, is slow and tedious, and right now we do see that the push by Matreiuss is now kind of completely dissipated, and now we're starting to see Fox take the aggression on the sides. But again, what those annoying militia, you kill a building and they're so frustrating to play against.
Yeah, but that's why you need the walls. It's kind of like you're playing against Egyptians.
It is kind of. It's like the Poseidon.
It's kind of like Poseidon has mercenary, wouldn't you say?
A little bit. But yeah, look at these. I'm probably a little bit behind you maybe, but yeah, we got these militia just shredding.
5 minutes, 10 seconds.
Okay, yeah. The militia shredded the catapults there, and it's just.
Yeah.
Over. You have rock drops when? Well, we saw one rock drop, and we might see more maybe. I'm just surprised to not see Fox just throw down a Wonder. I mean, why not?
I think these guys are friends, and he doesn't want to lose a friend just because it's a tournament game.
But I mean, come on. If you can't win in 50 minutes, a Wonder is fine.
That's fair enough. I agree. But at least the Titan, I don't understand why that hasn't come out.
Well, I mean, really, the reason for that is one player gets a Titan, the other player gets a Titan, and they basically just cross each other out.
Yeah, but it's a distraction, and every part of this game is about occupying your opponent's attention while you do something else.
These walls on the left.
He's getting sick of these side builds, and he's just like, you know what? I can deal with this. I'm dealing with this.
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, if Fox prepared, he probably could get a rock drop in on the Titan gate. Just depends on where the rock would fly in. Like if we were hypothetically to see that.
Yeah. So you could build up start researching the Titan gate, get your rock out, and get a couple of catapult out, and fly it over. But I mean, Matreiuss has actually got fortresses over every single route that a rock could fly, so there's no way it would actually get in.
Yeah, and man, these walls on the top are just. The funny thing about these walls on the top is they actually don't wall anything. There's a hole everywhere.
Yeah, you can literally just walk through. But...
Yeah, like these. There's not. You don't even need to kill the walls. And man, these militia are just. They're just so annoying, man. It's like you're not a dad, so you can't relate, but it's like having a bunch of annoying. It's like breaking a daycare center and having all these annoying kids come running out, killing all your units. That's what it kind of reminds me. It's like I can see like this is like all of my son like multiplied tenfold. I don't. It's stagnating again a little bit here. Like there's not much going on the top side. The bottom side has a slow push by Fox. This Cam is a militia. He is. That is his definition.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I was mentioning before, when Kronos shut me down, the Poseidon can defend forever because they do have a mercenary themselves in militia. They're not quite as strong. They have half the HP, but they are 3 units.
And they're annoying.
And they're annoying.
So annoying. Man. The more I think about it, the more I like my comparison. It is. Just bashing down daycare centers. Oh man, but yeah, this is what you call a stalemate, though. I think long as Fox keeps on kind of pushing out like he's doing, which is you push out a little bit and build some walls, you push out a little bit and build some walls, and then the better ranged siege wins the game.
Yeah, that's basically it. The walls counter those annoying militia, and eventually you start popping out towers as well once you get further enough forward as a trade for your mercenary no longer being relevant. But nice little box coming in for Matreiuss to pick off the walls of Fox.
It's just a box for walls. I mean, you'll have to make like 3 more boxes to get to a town center.
Yeah.
And we have some comments. Matreiuss should gather all the free militia and do like a Ragnarok push. You actually do see that. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, but you used to see that Poseidon players would just spam like granaries all over the map, and then just
the ultimate annoyance.
Yes, what have you tuned into, Ryan? This is now the push. Now Fox's push is kind of ended. Matreiuss only at 133 pop. This is though the kind of about the time when, as you're playing this, you kind of start just getting game fatigue, where it's not really fun anymore to be playing like
I've
this.
I've definitely been in this position where specifically been in Matreiuss's position where I've been winning the entire game, and then I stop winning, and then I go, I can't win anymore.
Yes, and then you just mentally shut down. But yeah, it's just there's just so much you're doing, but in reality you're not doing because nothing is happening. And that's what we've kind of seen in like the last really 30 minutes now. Not much has changed, other than Fox is now solidified. But we've got this push right up the middle by Matreiuss, which is look like now this is his focus, is right up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. It hasn't worked being the right side. It hasn't worked the middle, the left side. So why not go the middle?
right for the throat.
There's no siege workshops around here. Well, there's 2, but they're not that close. So maybe it's progress.
I mean, when you compare, I mean, he is almost within range of the town center here.
And he's got those walls he set up earlier from the ceasefire that he can start using once he secures this location.
It was a plan 30 minutes ahead of its time. were these walls. But you can see just these mercenaries running down. Fox is making mercenaries from both of these town centers. Oh man.
Yep. It's a disgusting sight.
What time are you at?
I'm at 56:05.
Okay, I'm alright. I'm keeping up. But yeah, and then this is the problem. Just late game against the Egyptian it's just 2 units. Well, maybe 3 if you want to consider it. Mercenary cavalry, mercenary infantry, and then the catapult. You'd be okay without the catapult being as strong as it is in this situation, but the problem is no matter how much Matreiuss is like forward building, the catapults can eliminate it.
Yeah. You can spam. You can make the catapults maybe a little bit less effective by putting up wall segments around your towers, because they sometimes will block a shot that the catapult throws. But yeah, it's super tough to deal with it, especially because the mercenary cavalry they path block your own cavalry who are trying to pick off the catapult. Also got the Prestigious out as well, who are gonna help out quite a bit. Normally we don't see myth units built this late in the game because they're actually not that effective once you have full iron upgrades.
Yeah, and we see Matreiuss is out of gold again. Well, now he doesn't, but Matreiuss doesn't have a lot of forward military buildings, so you can see how far his cavalry are running here. And the catapults...
We could have a side attack right now for the Matreiuss on this location. The right corner again, he's going to take down these citadel gates, but already responding with 5 mercenary cavalry.
Yeah. Ville's kind of pooling up here for Matreiuss. The question about the catapults here in my chat. The patch has changed the catapults to give them more pop, so they are 4 pop compared to the Petropolis 3.
Purge Trooper, I'm guessing you guys aren't deathmatch players. This is pretty much what it looks like. Well, that's the reason why deathmatch is not as popular as Supremacy, I'll tell you that much.
I used to play a decent amount of deathmatch a long time ago, but you're right. I could play like a few days of it, and then I'm like, no.
Holophonus coming in to deal with these Prestigious now upgraded to Prestigious Ra. It does a lot of damage with this special. It pretty much one-hits these bad boys.
Yeah. I like the old Polyphemus. He's such a funny unit. He really entertains me. And now, Matreiuss is close now on the top town center too, in catapult range.
He's moving over there. He's got one catapult taking it down, but Villagers repairing it with the Pharaoh.
The late
Pharaoh, what's the repair rate? It's like
it's crazy. It's insane.
Crazy. 20% or something. I don't know.
Your catapult essentially does more damage, like by far, attacking the Pharaoh in that situation. And the late game Petsucho spam, kind of strange.
Yeah, I guess he wants to use them to help pick off the Prodromus that are coming forward, who have like really low pierce armor. And also he can pick off the villagers that are trying to forward build with them as well, which is actually not the silliest of ideas. It's working out for him so far. He'll be cleaning this up relatively soon, it's like.
And no, Fox is not close to being out of resources. I mean, with being able to make an army purely out of mercenaries, he will never be out of resources. And yeah, I do think there is some potential, or not really potential, but I think a Tyroi could be somewhat beneficial here, like just a few of them. I feel like. Because there aren't a ton of towers and stuff like by this main town center.
Yeah, there's no towers at all, so it wouldn't be a bad idea. It'd be sort of like doing a Myrmidon raid. But I think the issue here that we're gonna run into, not maybe that soon, but maybe in like the next 20 minutes, is wood. So something we don't really see very often. There's only 2 or 3, 4, maybe 4 forests left on the map, and these forests they get chopped down very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Not sure who this is gonna give the advantage to. But...
It gives the advantage to Fox because he doesn't need wood for his important buildings.
Yeah, of course, but he doesn't get catapult out anymore.
But you can buy enough wood for that. But what that does, the Poseidon can't make fortresses and towers.
Yeah.
And without those, he just gets overrun. And yeah, Sigma, we've talked about this market. We had a question maybe 20 minutes ago if the market would ever be rebuilt, and we both came to the conclusion that no, it wouldn't be unless it gets destroyed.
Yeah. And it's not making the biggest of impact in this game, but
I think it
like
is.
we mentioned before, it's about 33% of this trade route could not exist if it was in a corner, and you would have maybe 10 population, maybe 10 population to play with.
Yeah, I think that does.
The 10 pop might be the difference.
I mean, when you consider 10 pop over a period of 40 minutes, that's pretty big.
Yeah, exactly. We are seeing Matreiuss is getting through this wood as well. How many trees does he have left? 1, 2, 3, and 4 that he could potentially chop down.
I don't think Fox agreed to no rock drops because he did one earlier. And Three-Eyed Odin and Shelby are playing probably later today where you are at 19? No, 18 GMT. Can you hear me, BoIt?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Alright. Man, this push! Hey, Matreiuss, I'm actually surprised it's been here for so long. Like,
yeah, he's actually managed to set up quite a few guard towers in this location. It's very hard for Fox to deal with it because he's only got 1 catapult down, 2 catapult down.
I think the problem for Fox right now is that he only has 2 siege workshops up here,
Yeah.
so he can't get the siege spawn or spam that he'd like. Yeah, there is nothing. And wow, Matreiuss got quite a bit of idle militia down in the bottom right that are kind of doing nothing.
See, these aren't like mercenary, and what they are free, but they cost 1 population each, and that's gotta hurt. You got this is one of the big parts of the game, the late game, is pushing your idle military button consistently. He's got an idle chimera, a bunch of idle militia, and it's really hurting him right now. You can see he's getting pushed back because of it as well.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. They must maybe they had a gentleman's agreement to not like make a wonder or something. But
yeah.
Oh, look at all these Petropolis. Okay.
I think that's potentially possible. With the gentleman's agreement. Thank you so much for the subscription, iCookieQ. Welcome to the club. Wheats Club.
Yeah, it's not against the rules to make a Wonder Titan, but you'd almost think it is.
Yeah, given how slow this game is going. Could have built a Wonder 10 minutes ago and won.
And I'm here at the 104.30 mark. And
I'm 104.40 marks. So
I'm
we're very close to
watching.
each other.
I'm watching these Petropolis, like 6 of them, attacking the town center, and the Pharaoh with the Villies is keeping up with the repair. Like, they might as well not even been attacking it.
It's almost better to get one of the Petropoli to target the Pharaoh.
Yeah, it is. By far, you
Yeah.
you need to stop the Pharaoh.
Very much so.
No rock drops, no wonders, nothing. Yeah, we've mentioned many times, Mr. Dave, that they really he should have pinched this corner a long time ago, and he had the opportunities. We're talking like 25 minutes ago, but you just can't push against a late game Egyptian. You can't, as long as they have mercenaries.
It's so hard. I thought he was building up a market in the corner, but it's just a military academy.
It's a random military academy.
Oh, I'm so sad right now. He still has these 8 or is it 8 units, 7 units idle in the corner as well, if you count the Chimera. This is hurting my soul.
Maybe his game is bugged, and it's supposed to be a market, and it just came out wrong.
Maybe.
Late game Greek over late Eggy? No. I would say not.
Oh, there's the wonder. The wonder's now going up. I would say late game Zeus over late game
yes.
Ra is more closely matched, but late game Poseidon against
no.
Ra is. You don't have the Myrmidons. You can't slice through these mercenaries so easily.
Yeah, you don't have the you have basically non-cavalry siege units if you're Zeus, and so then you don't get the buildings destroying your cav. Yeah, see, the militia, but all the militia do is they help against pushes. What? We see. Ooh, the town center.
Fox has left his town center open. Pharaoh came.
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, no.
Fallen.
No, it won't fall.
Oh, he's reacted fast enough.
No.
Could have been it. That could have been it.
No, not it. Well, no. Fox knew. Not even close.
It was pretty close. It was a 900 HP.
It wasn't that close.
That was a vital mistake. That was a vital mistake sending those villagers over to the Wonder, but luckily he didn't fall just there.
Yeah.
He's sending the Pharaoh back to the Wonder though. So.
Yeah, he can. If he had 2 chimeras, yeah, he could have roasted a ton of those villies.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you compare, hey, the Pharaoh's coming back. I'm surprised Fox doesn't have his tech to give him a second Pharaoh. Oh yeah, he does.
He does have it.
Oh, he does. Never mind.
He's got one on the market, like the true Egyptian players.
Yeah.
One on the town center.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. In the now 40 minutes, Matreiuss hasn't been able to push through a town center. I don't think he's gonna be able to push through and get on the Wonder.
He's not gonna be able to stop this Wonder if it gets up and this town center doesn't go down. It's as simple as that.
Matreiuss says decent res, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, he's not short for it, but he's gonna be hurting. And here's the issue we're also running into is the wood is starting to run out, starting to go dry. And I think by the end of this Wonder, it's up. It's gonna be so difficult for him.
Yeah, the Kender is. And yes, Zupi, long ago, it seems like not even this year, Matreiuss wasted ceasefire for practically, it was like almost nothing. So let's see, the the town center pharaoh, what was his name? Like Medit or something? The market pharaoh is Khufu.
Yeah. Well,
Khufu.
yet again, the Pharaoh's left this top town center, so it does leave it open. If there's enough siege here to take it down, it will go down, but there is not enough siege here.
No, and you got mercs and all sorts of crap. Where did the pharaoh go? There it is.
He's throwing a rocket at Atlanta.
Nah, the problem with Prodromos here is they get wrecked by the infantry cavalry, or not the infantry cavalry, the infantry merc.
Yeah, I feel like there's room here to just wall segment up the Petropolis. Something you don't see very often, but wall segment around this little area here because you can't really build a nice wall. Get the wall segments up and surround this area, and then you can get enough Petropolis in here to start sieging this town center down.
Yep, see you, Red Vans. Have a good one. Appreciate you tuning in for this.
There's some walls starting to come up, and more Petropoli coming in.
Yeah, they're coming, but it's just, what do we got? 8 minutes 40 seconds left here. Hey, yeah, this kind of game is what kind of hurts Age of Mythology in a way. Is like is like, especially when you look at it from the Egyptian standpoint, is all you need is a good market trade, and you can kind of survive indefinitely.
Matreiuss decides he's had enough of this trash and it taps out. The GG Fox gets the win here. Like, I sort of agree with you, but I also think I don't actually think that this works if you play it correctly. If you play the late game correctly, it's you can get in here and stop this one from going up. Things like wall segments not abused enough to block the paths of these mercenary cavalry.
GG.
It's something that you don't have enough of this experience with, but I think there are ways around it that we did not see in this game. And I think also a big issue that we were seeing here is making champion cavalry instead of hoplite really hurt, because the hoplite deal with both the mercenary and the mercenary cavalry, whereas the cavalry only deal with the mercenary cavalry.
Yeah.
And you can pathing block much easier with hoplite rather than the cavalry. It's just some small things that I don't know if it would have changed the result of this game or made it more bearable to watch, but I think Matreiuss had this game in his hands, let it slip through, and he's going to be in a fit of rage for game number 4.
Yeah, and you're right. There are ways to beat it, but it's kind of one of those things where you have to exert so much more effort to beat it than it does to defend in this situation. And that's really not how it should work. Like, in reality, it seems to me like the defender should be the one who has to work harder to kind of maintain his position. But
you think about early game multi-raids, right? Multi-raids are significantly easier to execute than to defend against, which is why they're so strong. And that's not the case when you're Egyptian. You just hit auto Q on your mercenary and you're alive forever.
Yeah, because I'd say Matreiuss definitely had chances to win. He just got so focused in on town centers, and never really. He only had that kind of one trade attempt at cutting it, but that was just random units. You need to like wall it or pinch the corners to make it less efficient, and then eventually you can make it through the waves of mercs. And it just
I'm surprised he didn't. He made all of this effort to go for town centers. Imagine if he chucked these towers up and he made the push through into the corner here.
Yeah, I mean, he could have I mean, now it looks kind of hard because of all these walls, but at one point there was like one wall that
Yeah.
You could have just pushed through.
But I mean, like even with all these walls, and just imagine if this push you did in the center of the map was on the right side of the map.
But yeah, the Matreiuss wasted ceasefire, and then when you go back all the way, Zoopy's kind of mentioning Matreiuss with where Fox's second gold mine was. If Matreiuss would have played the early game just a little bit more efficiently, I feel like he could have done a gold block on that. But when you are looking at a game that lasts an hour and 10 minutes, there's so many things you could say. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And there's some commentary about certain Egyptian play styles. And yeah, Egyptian isn't necessarily bad as far as like broken or boring. It just depends on how it's played. And I would agree this kind of Egyptian play style does kind of... It's not fun to watch, but it's unfortunately effective.
Yeah. Anyways,
if we could
move on to game number 4, or are you a little bit ready for bed?
I am. Yeah, it's 11:30, so I will have to finish this series up another time on my own, I would assume, and then you can carry on and finish it for the rest of the guys tonight, and then I'll do it later. And but what a game! You know, there's a certain regality, I guess, to a game like this. But only once in a great while.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thanks for joining me, Chrono. We'll be seeing you, I guess, very shortly for some more games, but
at some point. Yep.
Now.
Yep. I will let you go, and I will close out the stream real quick on my end, and we will update the scorecard here. Fox 2, Matreiuss 1. We will end it there because it is 11:30 my time, and I don't want to be up too late. So for those of you on Twitch, you might already have BoIt's channel up. For those of you on YouTube, who I probably watching on YouTube because maybe Twitch doesn't work for you guys. I know there's some geographical locations it doesn't work. I guess you'll have to wait. I'm hoping maybe tomorrow about this time, only 2 hours sooner, or 2.5 hours sooner, I can finish this series up. But anyway, Mr. BoIt, thanks for joining me for these games here.
Yep, indeedy. I'll see you later, mate.
Yep, and do remember, guys, we have one final round of 16 live yet to be played, and that is later, I think probably today for pretty much everybody watching at, what is it, 18 GMT?
It's gonna, whatever it, or is it 18 GMT?
Let me see, I might be wrong.
Or is it 16 GMT?
No.
It's 18 GMT, I can't do it.
It is...
It's definitely 18 GMT.
It's 18 GMT.
I take it back. I thought it was 16. I thought I started at midnight, but that's 2 a.m. So
it's 2 a.m. Yeah. Well, we'll have somebody. I'm sure we'll find a stream for it. But anyway, that is it for me tonight. So bye, BoIt, and bye, viewers. And we'll catch all you later. There's still quite a few round of 16 games that we'll be doing, or I'll be doing, or Bort will be doing. So keep on keeping on watching the stream, and thanks for watching, guys. We'll finish this series off, hopefully maybe not quite so long of games. And that's it for tonight, so bye, guys. See you later.